Hi, and welcome back to this focus. Today we're talking about multimedia in your Canvas class. Multimedia, including videos or apps or other moving, active, or immersive sources, can make a Canvas class so much more meaningful for a student. Going back to some theoretical sources on this, the very early versions of interactivity and immersive were often focused on more textual approaches. Almost like the old choose your own adventure text where you page through and go to page 48 if you choose this action, or 56 if you choose this action. So Bolter and others who have written about this talked about hypertext as an opportunity to take us out of that trap, if you will, of textuality. Just looking at words on a screen, just typing words. There's something more to be gained from, say, the worlds of immersive art, multimedia, even dance, people moving their bodies. Even in a face-to-face class, you don't just have students sit down and read a book in class, or you don't just word for word read a book to them. It's not considered immersive or engaging in terms of the student's experience and your pedagogical approaches. Now, this is kind of interesting. I found this on BuzzFeed. 19 of the first things to ever happen on the internet. It says the internet wasn't invented in a day, people. So I thought this would be kind of fun to take a look at. So this is like one of the earliest web pages. And this is called the Lynx browser. And I actually remember Lynx. It was like 1996 or something like this, or 97. I was at Rice University. And a friend of mine who was Russian, he said, hey, have you seen this? It's called the World Wide Web. And there were like 4 or 5 sites, University of Michigan, NASA, and a few other sites. And I thought, oh, this is kind of interesting. And at the time, just having text and then clicking, using the keys, I don't think even using a mouse, seemed kind of interactive to me at the time. Of course, today, it's nothing like what we consider to be immersive or interactive in terms of media. The first internet search engine, right? Just look at how that looks and look at some of the choices there. Looks very primitive to us today. The first online multiplayer game. As we speak right now, I hear PlayStation is getting ready to release the PlayStation 5. And if you think about the Xbox and PlayStation and competitive video gaming worlds, it really is about immersiveness. It's about wearing virtual reality glasses and really putting yourself in that real world, or that virtual world that is made to appear as if it was a real world. That sandbox video game experience. The very first video, this is YouTube's founder, April 23rd, 2005. And I remember I was teaching in 2005, so I didn't have a lot of videos in my class at that time. But this is the very first video. It already has over, or this is saying 1 billion users for YouTube. I don't know how many times this has been watched, probably hundreds of millions of times. So when you think about this growth of multimedia and everything available to us today, it really behooves us to use the opportunities of multimedia. A goal of using multimedia, such as video apps or other moving, active, immersive sources, is to make a more immersive online environment for our students. I've actually studied this in my book. It's called the Immersive Worlds Handbook. I'd love to have a conversation with you about any of this information, but I'd love to talk to you about immersion because I've studied it academically. I've also consulted for theme park industry, individuals and companies. So I could give you my personal experience with immersion and how it's important to move beyond pure text. If you have a museum in today's day and age, you do not just have static dioramas and plaques on the wall. It's full-fledged immersive experiences, getting the person involved. It's sort of like Museum 2.0, or now maybe even 3.0, where we're beyond a person passively moving through that space. So what I've learned and studied and consulted on in the spatial worlds of immersion also applies to the video worlds and the multimedia worlds of immersion that we note in distance education. So one goal I would say for you early on is to create just 2 or 3 videos for your next Canvas class. Show that you have presence in your class, record something. It could be a welcome video, upload that. It could be to your Canvas site, it could be to YouTube. I'd love to do a workshop and seminar with you or Skype with you about how to do some of that multimedia. I'm a really high-end user of YouTube, video editing, cameras, etc. So please let me pass on some of that expertise to you so you can pass it on to your students. One of these videos might be, as I said, that instructor introduction video. That is the, hi, how are you? Here's who I am, and here's how I'm teaching my class. And it's great for our students to see that on the first day that they log into your Canvas class. I also recommend my video, The Value of Video, a video about making videos. So check that out. It's really lengthy, but it takes you through some of the steps from starting off to using a camera, to using your computer webcam, to using your phone to record and upload a video. So please check that out and look at the value of video. Another goal is investigate one app or other interactive teaching tool so that you can incorporate it in your next DE class. Please watch the accompanying DE block video on apps to learn more about how to do that. And just real quick, you can see here, these are some of the apps available, but again, check out that app block to learn more about how to use these in your class. You can see a lot of these are interactive, music and text videos, so it's another way besides YouTube or other links or immersive videos or web experiences like Flash experiences that give your students a little more than just pure text in their online class. Please reach out to me or Trevor Thomas, our DE coordinator, for any help with multimedia in your Canvas class. And at this point, please continue to your next block.